No matter what you do, you will have to destroy parts of yourself to become who you are supposed to be. When you want a dream, you are not allowed to vacation because dreams are hard. Dreams are not given. Dreams are taken. Regular life is given. But we are talking about dreams. Do you understand? If you want to achieve your dream, it does not matter how you feel. It does not matter what people say. And it does not matter if people laugh at you. It does not matter if you are tired, if you are sore, or if you are beaten down. The only thing that matters is that you do what you said you are going to do. You do what is in front of you. You do it regardless. If you build yourself into a person who executes regardless, there is nothing you cannot have. There is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that will be denied to you. If you become a person who executes no matter what. Consistency is powerful. Doing something over and over again. Showing up even when you don't feel like it, that is power. That is how movements are built. That is how results are built. That is how you transform your body. How you transform your mind. How you transform your business. That is how you become great. Consistency is not about doing something once in a while. It is about doing it over and over and over again until it becomes who you are. And success, remember, is the only revenge. As you rise, they will shrink into nothingness. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to prove yourself to them. Your success will make them disappear into total obscurity. But understand this: when you grow, you will attract more haters. And so what? They are not going to hurt you. They are not going to stop you. They don't mean anything unless you give them meaning. So why give them power? Use them instead. Use them as fuel. Store up their energy. And when you don't feel like working, when you don't feel like pushing, let their voices become the fire that drives you. Don't kill them with kindness, torture them with success. Freedom comes with responsibility. If you want freedom, you have to take full responsibility for your life. The moment you blame someone else, you give away your control. If you blame your parents, you can change your parents so they control your life. If you blame the government, you can change the government so the government controls your life. If you blame the economy, then the economy controls your life. If you blame your boss controls your life. The truth is this: where you place blame is where you place control. And the reality is, you are responsible. You are responsible for where you are right now. You cannot make excuses. You cannot tell yourself stories. You are the result of your choices. That's it. And while that truth is painful, it is also the most liberating truth you will ever hear. Because if you are responsible, then you also have the power to fix it. You are not as far away from greatness as you think. You are only a few % off. You think you are miles away, but you're not. Maybe you are 1% off, maybe 5%, maybe 10, but because you believe you are so far away, you don't even try. And when you finally do try, you see how close you actually are. Then you start to grow. Your mind strengthens. Your confidence strengthens. And you pass the ones who are not even trying. And before you realize it, you have become uncommon among the common. What if adversity was not your curse but your greatest blessing? What if you could look back at your darkest days and realize those were the very moments that built your purpose? That is the truth. Adversity builds purpose. When you have gone through pain, when you have walked through struggle, it builds you into the person you were meant to become. You see the world differently from those who never struggled. But too many people use their adversity as a crutch. They say, "I came from a broken home. I came from dysfunction." The truth is, all did. Every single one of us comes from dysfunction in some form. Every single one of us has faced adversity. But when you use it as an excuse, that is what holds you back. When you eliminate excuses, When you stop leaning on crutches. When you finally say, I am responsible. It's on me. What am I going to do about it? That's when you grow. That's when you build mental toughness. That's when you step into the uncomfortable instead of running from it. Because if you always run from difficulty, you never develop the strength to face it. But when you walk into it, when you fight through it, you start to grow, you start to learn, and in those exact moments, when you want to quit but you don't, you finally meet yourself. You see what your mind is truly capable of. You see your weaknesses and you begin to understand how to fix them. The bad days, the tough times are not just part of life. They are necessary. Without bad days, good days cannot exist. Without failure, success cannot exist. Failure is not the end. It is the process. Failing, messing up, making mistakes, that is how you grow. Yet so many people let failure define them. They say, I failed, I made a mistake, and now I am a failure. But that is a lie. Failure is not final. Failure is simply feedback. It is just showing you what doesn't work. It is pointing out where you need to improve. But people hold on to their failure. They let it weigh them down. They let it become their identity. And so they choose to live small lives. Lives with low expectations. Lives where they never chase their dreams because they fear failing again. But the truth is, failure is the way forward. Failure is the path to learning. Failure is the fuel for growth. You cannot avoid it. You cannot run from it. Because your demons, ones you fear the most, they already know where you hide. You cannot run from your demons, because they always know where you hide. The more you run, the more powerful they become, and the louder they chase you. You think ignoring them will save you, but ignoring them only feeds them. The only way to defeat them is to turn around, face them head on, and fight. That's why people who have gone through real pain, real struggle, real heartbreak, they walk with a strength that comfort can never give. Comfort feels safe, but comfort weakens the mind. Hardship sharpens it. Every scar you carry, every rejection you faced, every night you thought you couldn't go on, but still did, those are the very things that shape you into who you are meant to be. What once felt like it would break, you eventually becomes the reason you rise. And instead of asking, why me, you begin to declare, try me, because life will never stop testing you, but you always decide how you respond. The battlefield begins in your mind. Most people lose before they even start, not because they don't have the skills, not because they don't have the talent, but because their mind convinces them they cannot win. They think small, they dream small, they speak small, they fill their heads with phrases like, I can't, it's too hard, I'll never make it. And every time they repeat those words, their mind believes it more. The mind is powerful, it becomes whatever you tell it the most. That's why you must control the voice inside your head. You cannot keep speaking failure into your life and expect victory. You must speak life into your goals. You must speak belief into your dreams. You must speak power into your purpose. If your inner voice is your enemy, you will be defeated long before the world ever has a chance to stop you. Pressure is not your enemy, it is your privilege. Just as diamonds are formed under immense pressure, so too are people forged by struggle. Everybody wants success, but very few want the pressure that comes with it. Yet without pressure, you will remain ordinary. Without responsibility, you will remain weak. If you want more money, more freedom, more opportunity, then you must accept more pressure. That weight you feel on your shoulders, it is not there to crush you. It is there to mold you, to build you, to strengthen you. The greater the responsibility you carry, the greater the person you become. And over time, that strength will turn into wisdom. That wisdom will turn into influence. and that influence will turn into legacy. Most people stop when they are tired. They stop when they feel the pain. They stop when progress is slow. But the uncommon, honest, the real winners don't stop when they are tired. They stop only when the work is done. There will be days when you don't want to wake up, nights when your body screams at you to quit, moments when life feels unbearable. But those are the exact moments when greatness is built. Those are the fires that forge unbreakable character. If you can keep moving forward through exhaustion, through fear, through doubt, you will become unstoppable. Because winners don't wait for motivation, they act regardless of how they feel. They don't sit around waiting for the right time or the perfect mood. They show up day after day, no matter what. And that is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation is a feeling, it comes and goes. You cannot depend on it. Some days you'll have it, some days you won't. But discipline is a choice. Discipline is permanent. Discipline is what wakes you up at 5 a.m. when every part of your body wants to sleep. Discipline is what pushes you to finish that last rep, to study one more hour, to keep going when your friends have already quit. Discipline creates consistency, and consistency creates results. If you can master discipline, you can master life. And the truth is, discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The more you practice it, the more it becomes who you are. Pain will always be part of the process. Everyone experiences the pain of loss, the pain of failure, the pain of rejection. But suffering is a choice. Suffering happens when you hold on to pain, when you let it define you, when you make it part of your identity. What pain can be your greatest teacher if you allow it. Pain humbles you. Pain grounds you. Pain reveals what really matters. Instead of running from pain, embrace it, use it, let it sharpen you, let it remind you of what you're capable of enduring. Because on the other side of pain lies growth, strength, and freedom. Growth never happens in comfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Growth only happens in the fire, in the discomfort, in the struggle that pushes you beyond your limits. Every story of greatness you admire is filled with sacrifice, rejection, and pain. Behind every champion is a battlefield you never saw. Nights of doubt, days of exhaustion, years of grinding with no applause, no recognition. But they didn't stop. They didn't give up when the world told them to quit. They didn't walk away when it got hard. They walked straight into the storm. They chose the longer road, the steeper climb, the harder fight, and in doing so, they built strength, character, and resilience that the ordinary will never know. That's why when you see someone at the top, you must understand they did not arrive there by chance. They fought for it. They bled for it. They earned it. Your mind is like a muscle. It does not grow in ease. It grows only under challenge. If you never test it, if you never push it, it remains weak. But if you step into fear instead of running from it, if you embrace difficulty instead of hiding from it, the mind adapts. It becomes sharper, tougher, unbreakable. The battles you face are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to prepare you. Every obstacle is training. Every setback is a lesson. Every failure is feedback. Life is not punishing you, it is shaping you for the person you are meant to become. But you must decide to embrace the process. You must stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "This is making me," because it is in those painful moments, when everything inside you says to quit, but you don't, that you finally meet your true self. Winners are not born special. They are ordinary people who make extraordinary decisions. They show up when others don't. They keep going when others quit. They choose discipline over comfort, responsibility over excuses, Consistency over laziness. That's the formula. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about showing up over and over again, long after others have stopped. Most people don't lose because they lack potential. They lose because they lack persistence. They start, then stop. They dream, then doubt. They want, but they don't work. And that's why only a few rise. Because persistence beats talent. Consistency beats luck. Discipline beats motivation. That is how greatness is achieved. And here's the truth: your story is being written right now. Every choice you make, every habit you form, every action you take is writing the story of your life. One day, you will look back and read it. The question is, will it be a story filled with excuses and regret, or a story filled with courage and victory? Will you tell yourself you quit because it was hard, or will you smile because you endured when quitting would have been easier? The power is in your hands. No one is coming to save you. No one will hand you your dream. No one is going to live your life for you. It is your fight, your journey, your responsibility, and it will be your victory. So don't stop, don't quit, don't let fear, failure, or doubt define you. Let them refine you. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the step. Keep building when no one is watching. Keep believing when no one else does. Because the world does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who execute. If you show up day after day, with discipline, with courage, with persistence, there is nothing that can stop you. Your dream is already within reach. You just have to refuse to quit until it becomes reality.